Hey everyone, Scott, aka Illinois Prepper. I want to throw another video out there for you guys because what we're going to go over today is something that is pretty important. A lot of people that have been preparing for a while know a lot about the stuff that I'm going to be discussing. However, new preppers, they might not understand weaponry, they might not understand rifles, handguns, and that is what this video is pretty much going to be about. When choosing a rifle for prepping, your main concern is that it's going to be reliable. You want this rifle to be functional whenever you might actually need it. So, one thing that I would actually highly recommend is looking into surplus rifles. These rifles, for the most part, have been battle proven, and with that, you know that these rifles are pretty reliable. Are they the best rifles on the market? No. But will they protect you, your family, in a situation where there's no laws, or if the shit really hit the fan? Yeah, they will absolutely help protect you and your family. The two surplus rifles that I would highly recommend looking into is the SKS and the Mosin Nagant. Let's begin with the SKS rifle. This rifle is chambered in 7.62 by 39. This is the same round that is used in the AK-47. The SKS has also been said to be the grandfather to the AK-47. With these rifles, they once again are battle proven, and also today you can pick them up fairly cheap. By looking around, you can actually find them from anywhere between $250 and $350. The Mosin Nagant, it is chambered in 7.62 by 54R. The 7.62 by 54R ammunition is not very popular today. However, at the same time, you are able to find surplus ammunition for this rifle. You can actually pick up 440 rounds for $90. The downside with using surplus ammunition is that this ammunition is more than likely corrosive. The corrosion that is currently on the shells will corrode your rifle. By cleaning your rifle afterwards, you're taking all the corrosion and all the gunk that is currently within your chamber and your barrel, and you're flushing it out. I will be doing a video on how to clean your rifle after shooting corrosive ammo, so look forward to that to come eventually. When buying a Mosin Nagant, you can actually find these rifles for about $100 to $150 depending on the model that you get. The most found model right now is Mosin Nagant 9130, and I picked mine up for $90. When I look around now, I'm still seeing them for $90, and they're just an amazing, fun gun to shoot. In future videos, I will be going over the SKS and the Mosin Nagant platforms, so there's something for you guys to look forward to, and they're going to be fun. I have both, and I'll tell you this, every time that I go to the range, I end up taking one of those two with me. They're easy to shoot, fun to shoot, ammunition is affordable, and they're just fun guns. But also, they're defensive guns. They will help keep your family safe. I'm not telling you to go and buy an SKS. I'm not telling you to go and buy a Mosin. I'm just recommending those to you because I have them. I know that they're trustworthy, and on top of that, I know that you can get them cheaply. So I want to help you out in any way possible. However, if you want to go and buy your own different weapon system, that's great, more power to you. One thing I would recommend though is that when you choose your weapon system, that you find one that it's not the only one. There are many of those in production. Main reason why is because something might break on your gun, and you might have to get a replacement part for it. So if there's another weapon system that you find, or you barter for, you can take that. You'll be able to strip it down and have spare parts for your weapon. Now you might be wondering why I would say strip it down and have spare parts for your weapon instead of just using that weapon system alone. The main reason why is because the weapon that you have currently, that's one that you've been training with, that's one you've been shooting with. You know how the stock fits close to you. You know how the trigger feels when you pull that trigger. You also know how your sights work. Every sight on every gun might be slightly different. You know that with your rifle that you already have a zero established, and you know how to compensate for that zero. The main part that I want to stress is the rifle that you have now is your rifle. You might find another better one, and if so, then take the one that you have currently. Keep that as a parts gun. But the main thing is to become proficient with your weapon system and try to keep with one system at a time. When you're going about choosing your rifle, it is best to look for a rifle where you can mount optics onto it. Some rifle systems might require certain mounts to actually get optics onto that rifle. If it comes down to that, I would recommend definitely picking up the mounts. In a high-stress situation, your blood is going to be pumping through your heart really fast. Your adrenaline's going to be up there. You're going to be scared. Which, I'm not going to lie, I know I would be scared at the same time. By choosing an optic system, either a red dot or magnified powered scope, it's going to take your accuracy and actually increase it. Instead of having to focus down iron sights, you look through your optics, you see a big red dot, you know wherever that big red dot is, that's where your round is going to go. Even though you might have optics on your rifle, you still need to practice with your iron sights. This is a rather simple reason. The main reason why is, what if your batteries go dead in your optic? If you have not been practicing with your iron sights, then in ways they become useless. Instead of actually aiming, you might end up doing a spray and pray type procedure where you're not going to hit anything. And in a situation of life and death, you're going to want those rounds to go where they need to go. On top of having a rifle for shtf or without rule of law, it would also be very beneficial to have a handgun. The handgun mainly has one purpose, and that is for a defensive role. There are currently many different types of makes and models of handguns currently in production. These makes and models can be broken down into two different categories, either an automatic or a revolver. The best advice that I can give you guys and girls right now is, when choosing a handgun, do not go by caliber alone. What you're going to want to base your decision on is how the handgun actually fits and feels in your hand. Sometimes an automatic might feel better, sometimes it might be a revolver. What you're going to have to do is try them out, find out what you like and what works for you. If you haven't noticed, that is a concept, pretty big concept, here in these videos. Because what works for me is not going to, or might not work for you. What doesn't work for you might not work for me. That's why I'm saying, try things before you buy them. Find out what works for you and go for that. Because in a very bad situation, you're going to be relying on these tools to help you survive. So, you went to the gun shop, you held some handguns, grasped them, you found out what works for you. Now would be a good time to decide on what caliber to get. If you have chosen a revolver, what I would recommend is going for a .357 Magnum. With that round, you're going to be able to fire two different types of ammunition. Obviously, the .357 Magnum round, which is pretty powerful, and also on top of that, will definitely give you a nice kick when you pull that trigger, depending on the barrel length of your handgun, what type of grips you have. Because I had a little Taurus snub nose, and I used .357 Magnum rounds through that, and it tore up my hand. But then again, it was a little snub-nosed, probably not the best thing to do, but I had to try it. Also, in a without rule of law situation, if you need to find ammunition, .38 Special and .357 Magnum are very well-known calibers, and with those two, you will be more than likely able to find them in a very bad situation. If you have decided to go for an automatic, the 3 rounds that I would highly recommend is either a 9mm, 40 caliber, or a .45 ACP. These 3 rounds have been in production for quite a while now. They are pretty affordable to buy depending on where you go. And also on top of that, they are, well, I'm not sure about the 40 caliber, but the 9mm and .45 ACP have been used by the U.S. military and still are being used today. Once again, when choosing a handgun, the best thing to do is find what works for you and embrace it. So, this was just a very brief video on handguns and rifles. Now from here, you have to find what, once again, works for you. Try it out. See what you like, what you don't like, and from there, go from there. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to let me know. There's more videos on the way. I'll probably get a couple out next week. So, take care, have a good one, stay safe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.